The economy of communion this year. The birth of schools of formation and the industrial park. The International Congress held in April 2001 at Castel Gandolfo, marking the 10th anniversary of the economy of communion, was a real and true turning point. In her talk, Chiara had, among other things, proposed the birth of schools of formation, especially for business people, and the development of industrial parks.
It's important to start holding courses for business people, economists, teachers, students of economics, for people at all levels of the business process. This year should be dedicated to initiating courses for the economy of communion.
A few months later, those proposals became a concrete reality with the Lionello Industrial Park at Lopiano, and the beginning of courses in formation in Milan for business people and workers involved in the economy of communion. These courses have already been held twice with approximately 200 people attending. The talks given included a spiritual theme given by Dori Zamboni and talks on practical applications given on these occasions by Luigino Bruni and Benedetto Gui, followed by experiences coordinated by Alberto Ferrucci. On January 17th, when Chiara met with the movement's Economy of Communion Commission in Lopiano, she expressed the hope that the international school held at Castel Gandolfo be repeated in the zones, and that the movement for an economy of communion be set up wherever the movement is mature enough.
Il movimento per un'economia di comunione.
Lorna Gold of the Zone of Great Britain, in a study-related trip to South America, presented the economy of communion in various universities and cultural centers. At the University of Malaga, the Spanish edition of the book Economy of Communion was presented.
In early January, Joe Clark of our New Humanity NGO, Lorna Gold, and Felipe Coelho of the Ascended Commission of the Movement for an Economy of Communion took part in a meeting in New York at the United Nations. It was a preparatory assembly to a UN World Congress planned for March in Monterrey, Mexico, on the topic of world poverty. It seems to me that the most important aspect was that for the first time we were present not only in the larger assembly, but also in the preparatory phase, where the talks to be given are chosen. These included the Fund for the Youth of the World and the Genoa document that was created last June.
Costituito il Polo Lionello a Lopiano.
The Lionello Industrial Park at Lopiano, focal point for Italian business people. The Lionello Industrial Park was launched earlier this year at Lopiano before a crowd comprised of 550 entrepreneurs, businessmen and women, and students. Jason Oreste brought to the meeting a message from Chiara, which laid the foundation for this endeavor.
Thank you for having accepted the invitation to give your precious support for the achievement of this daring project based on the economy of communion, which the little town has long been awaiting so that God's plan for it may be complete.
Perché sia completo il disegno che Dio ha su di lei.
In the presentation of the little town, from the initial inspiration in Einsiedeln to today, what came into evidence was its role in forming new men and women, capable of living the culture of giving. And in order to form new people, Chiara initiated in Lopiano throughout these years a number of schools for the members of the movement of different vocations. They reviewed the developments of the economy of communion over these past 10 years since its birth, with the achievement of the Spartico Industrial Park in Brazil, and now the Lionello Industrial Park.
When Chiara launched this project, we immediately adhered to it in a radical way.
Cecilia and Giuseppe Manso explained the work done so far. It represents the will to face and give a Christian solution to a real social problem. People of the economy of communion firms shared poignant experiences.
When we meet to sign the check for the profits we are sharing, it's really a great joy to have this way to contribute to this project.
There was also time for conversation and for visiting the businesses of the Mariapolis.
20 le aziende.